was dropped and I was in the female recovery platoon for a month. And so that held me back in my cycle, and that was not something that was in my control. Yeah, so I'm at boot camp and I immediately get promoted to squad leader. I was guide at in the Pulley program and everything like that, alpha in general. And before I even went in, I was doing 15 pull-ups. I was doing, a 24-minute 3 mile that I possibly could, perfect CFT, all of those things. And then I'm going through in my platoon and we get to the range week. And unfortunately, when they tell you to not run, but run with pace and speed in between the lines as you're going back from firing lines, my foot got stuck in a hole and I almost broke my ankle, freaking softball. And thankfully it wasn't broken, but it was enough of a sprain to where I actually had to go to the female recovery platoon. So what does that mean? You get dropped. So I was dropped and I was in the female recovery platoon for a month. And so that held me back in my cycle, and that was not something that was in my control. But then you take that ankle injury that happened, and then the next thing that happened from there, what happens when you have an unstable ankle? Hip and knees kind of follow when you have an unstable ankle. And so I had to wait for the next platoon to come and pick me up. And from that next pickup, they had the next platoon, I had to drop all the way to grass week again. So I'm already doing double taps on all the exercises, on all the hikes, on a healing ankle that is then causing issues in the rest of my body. And so then I get there into that platoon, we're at firing week. And what ends up happening is myself and like 6 other recruits at the time, our weapons were janky, terrible reticles, bolt carrier groups, all the things were not working. And so they're like, well, because it's a holiday and it's a 96 on Monday when we would normally let you requal on new weapons, we're taking the holiday and we're just going to drop you all. We don't give a shit. And we're like, what? Like, we're here. Like, why can't we just get new weapons? They're like, nope, we don't give a shit. And so we all got dropped from training day 46, which I was made guide in that platoon, dropped from training day 46 all the way back to training day 16. It's a big fat jump.
That's a big fat jump.